Hi there, this is Hamza Khan, physiotherapist assistant working with Lifemark, and thank you for joining me today for Senior Fit Weekdays. In this video, I'm going to show you some basic fall prevention exercises that you can do in the comfort of your own home on a daily basis, and to incorporate these exercises to make your own exercise program. So let's get started. This exercise video is presented by Active Health Services Limited, Lifemark Seniors Wellness. Please note that you should always consult with your physician prior to following this video or any exercise program. This video does not replace, nor should you interpret it as a medical advice. Do not proceed with any exercises that are beyond your fitness or ability level. For safety reasons, we highly recommend that you have someone in your presence while you participate in our online videos. If you experience any pain or discomfort at any point during these exercises, please immediately stop. Never ignore or delay seeking medical attention if the pain or discomfort persists. As with any exercise program, there are risks in participating in any exercise class or video. Participation in Lifemark Seniors Wellness exercise classes is done so at one's own risk, understanding that no medical assessment or supervision is provided to determine suitability for the program. Lifemark Seniors Wellness is not responsible or liable for any harm, loss, medical problems, or other consequences you may suffer or cause resulting from the use of this video or reliance on the information provided to you in this video. By choosing to proceed with this exercise video, you are acknowledging that you understand the terms on which we are providing the exercise video, and you agree to those terms. If for any reason you are not comfortable with these terms, or you do not fully understand them, we kindly ask that you not proceed with the exercise program at this time. Alright, first exercise is our heel to toe touch. So position. First, you have to stand behind a chair, and you can hold the chair with one or two hands, but I would highly recommend you start by holding the chair for your own safety and stability. And you could face the chair this way, or you could face 90 degrees, but for your sake, I'm going to show you the exercise facing the chair so you can see my feet better. And also, we're going to face the chair. We're going to make sure start with our feet side by side in a neutral position. And all I'm going to do is take the heel of one foot, of my right foot here, and bring it directly in front of my other foot, touching the toes of my other foot, as you can see. And I'm going to hold this position and then bring back to neutral. So you can also breathe in and out while you do this. So breathe in and breathe out. Bring it to the front. And breathe in, and breathe out, bring to the front. Breathe in, and breathe out, bring to the front. Make sure you're touching your toes of the other foot. The heel of one foot has to touch the toes of the other foot, or the foot behind it. And also, if you want to make this exercise the easiest for yourself to start, I would highly recommend that you start in a neutral position where your base of support, where your feet are shoulder width apart, just like shown. So that way, when I hold onto my chair, it's easier for me to step forward. So I'm stepping forward just like this, and it's a bit easier, just for myself. And I'm holding onto the chair, which makes it really easy for myself. Now, that being said, if you wanted to make this exercise challenging for yourself, there are some options. You could hover your hand off of the chair, or you could start by narrowing your feet to making your feet close together like this and doing the exercise as shown, where you bring one foot ahead of the other so that the heel of this foot is touching the toes of the foot behind this foot here. And to make it even more challenging, with the feet directly in front of each other, you could have your hand hover above the chair. I would highly not recommend doing this all together at once to start. This would be a progression where your hand would be hovering and your foot is directly in front of the other foot. So this is a progression. If you absolutely feel comfortable doing that, then go for it. But remember, your safety comes first. Do not overexert yourself. Alright, in this next exercise, I'm going to show you a weight shifting exercise from this leg to the other. So this exercise is demonstrated very well in our walking or gait cycle every day. So let me show you a bit of background. When we walk, you'll notice that when we extend one leg forward, we touch the ground with our heel first, and then as we plant this foot on the ground, you'll notice that we're leaning forward, shifting weight from this leg to this leg, and we're also in the process raising the heel of the other foot. So let me show you that again. I'm going to start neutral. I'm going to extend the leg forward, touching the heel on the ground, plant the foot slowly on the ground, and raise the heel. Now, there we go. I'm raising the heel as I plant this foot on the ground, and also look like I'm going to push off of the ground with this foot. That is exactly what we're going to do in this exercise. So let me show you the position now. We're of course standing behind a chair, but we're not standing directly behind the chair here. We're going to just stand a little bit behind the chair over here. This is fine. We're going to stand nice and straight, tummies tucked, feet shoulder width apart, and we're going to breathe in. Don't forget to breathe in and out. We're going to breathe in to start, and when we breathe out, while we breathe out, we're going to extend one of our legs forward with the heel touching the ground just like I showed you. And we are going to lean in, planting this foot on the ground and raising the heel of the other foot. So let me show you that again. So I'm starting with my heel on the ground, toes raised, then a heel raise of the other foot. Toe raise, heel raise, toe raise, heel raise, back and forth, toe raise, heel raise. Now, I'm showing you the movements now. Now I'm going to demonstrate the breathing with you, okay? So we're gonna stand. This is your starting position where your heel is touching the ground first. So we're going to breathe in, breathe out, lean forward, heel raise of the other foot. Breathe in, toe raise, breathe out, heel raise. Breathe in, toe raise, breathe out, heel raise. Now, for stability, you can also have the other hand on your hip like this. So breathe in, toe raise, breathe out, heel raise. Breathe out, breathe in, toe raise, and breathe out, heel raise. Perfect. Again, you can change these exercises to your own comfort level however you wish. This next exercise is knee-high marches. It's very simple. You just have to have a chair for support. Hold on to the chair. You could face the chair this way and do your knee highs. I think it's easier if you face 90 degrees away from the chair this way so that you have room to move your knee, to raise your knees up like that. Now, there are a lot of variations to this exercise. You don't have to raise your knee all the way up here. You can do halfway, or you could do it a quarter of the way, just like that, like just up and down. The key is your comfort. Do not overexert yourself. So the positioning now, we're going to stand nice and straight, tummies tucked, and we're going to breathe in. And when we breathe out, we raise our knee. Breathe in, and breathe out. Other knee. Breathe in, breathe out. Good to have some variation. Do each knee, one knee at a time. Breathe in, and breathe out. Remember, when we're breathing out, that's when you raise your knee. We're breathing out on effort. All right? Breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in, and breathe out. Now, you can raise your knees and hold them for some time if you like. It's all up to you. This next exercise is the forward lean resist. Now, basically what you're doing is you're going to be leaning forward and you're using your lower leg muscles, so your calf muscles over here, to resist leaning forward, to keep you upright and straight. We're doing this with a chair, if you have one at about waist level, or a kitchen counter is a perfect object to use. So counter's a bit better because it's more stable and supportive, but if you have a sturdy chair that's much heavier or bigger, I would suggest use that. I just have access to this chair at the moment, so I'm just using this. Now, positioning. We're going to stand right behind the chair or the counter, directly behind it. And again, I would recommend using both hands to hold the counter or the chair, and also moving a bit closer to the chair or the counter so that it's easier for you. I'll show you the progression to challenge in a minute. So simply what we're going to do is standing nice and straight, back straight, tummy's tucked. We're going to breathe in. And when we breathe out, we're going to lean a bit forward and then contract our lower calf muscles to resist moving forward. What's happening here is when we squeeze these calf muscles, the front of your foot is kind of digging into the ground to prevent yourself from leaning forward. So I'm pressing the front of my foot into the ground by squeezing my calf muscles, which is known as plantar flexion. That's the action. But for this video's sake, I'm just going to show you the exercise. So again, standing straight, leaning forward, resisting that with squeezing the calf muscles, back upright. Breathe in. Breathe out, lean forward, try to resist it, and breathe in, and breathe out, and try to resist, perfect. Now, it's up to you how you breathe in and out, as long as you're breathing in when relaxed and breathing out when you're actually contracting. So even when you contract your calf muscles, you can also breathe out at that point as well, or breathe out when you're leaning forward. The world is yours. Now, the progression to challenge, like I mentioned, is where initially we were close to the counter, but now we're going to move just a little bit back, not too far back so that you're like reaching your arms. No, just a little bit closer, but now we're going to hold onto the chair at a bit of a distance. So it's the same thing again. We breathe in, and we breathe out. We lean forward and try to resist with our calves. You might notice my feet are getting off the ground. It's going to happen, but you have to just try and resist that. So let's try again. Breathe in and breathe out. And try to resist it, holding onto the chair for support. Another progression to challenge is hovering your hand above the chair or the counter. I would not recommend starting like that, but it would certainly be a progression if you are confident. And also, when you lean again, now I'll also demonstrate breathing out while you're squeezing your calf. So breathe in and breathe out. It's a bit tricky, but everyone has their own variation. Okay, this last exercise is simple getting up from a chair and sitting back down. Now you're probably wondering, why am I demonstrating getting up and sitting back down on a chair? It's very easy. It may seem easy, but for a lot of people it is quite a tricky thing, because getting up may be easy, but getting back down is a bit of a tricky thing. You want to get down in a nice, slow, controlled manner so that you don't fall when you're supposed to sit on the seat instead. And a lot of people tend to push more on their armrest instead of trying to use the muscles in their body to help them get up. They may be using only their hip to help get up, but you don't do that. And maybe you might be leaning too far forward and causing some pain in some areas. So I will show you a bit of a balanced kind of way in which you're using all joints of your body to help you get up. So let me show you the positioning of this exercise. Again, we're just getting up off of a chair and sitting back down. I'll show you the progressions as well. So I'm going to sit sideways so you can see how I do it. So sit nice and tall. Again, we're not sitting slumped in the chair like this. Nope. Nice and tall, back straight, tummy's tucked. We're going to breathe in. And when we breathe out, I'm going to lean forward. I can put my arms in front of me and then also use my knees and my ankles and my hips to help push my body up off the chair like that. I'm using all joints of my lower body and in my hip to help me get up off the chair. Now, when I sit back down, it's very important that I know where I'm sitting first before I sit back down, of course. So of course I can see the chair. If I have armrests, then I can hold onto the armrest. and lean backwards a little bit. Okay. And slowly sit back down. Another thing I may have forgotten to mention is chairs with armrests. It's very important that you do have chairs with armrests because you need that extra support and something to grab onto when you sit down in a controlled way. Now, I don't have one, I don't have access to one right now, so I'm just using this chair, but you do need chairs with armrests for extra safety. Now, let's try that again, and I'll show you the progression. So we're going to try that again, sitting straight, breathing in, and breathe out. I raise my arms in front of me, lean forward a bit, and then use my knees, my hips and my knees and my feet to get up. Breathing out at the same time. Breathing out on effort. Remember that. Now, sitting back down, I'm pretending the armrests are here, looking down first before I get back down. Don't forget to look. And then nice and controlled, sit back down. Perfect. You can really also use your ankles to dig in, your heels or of your feet to dig into the ground to help you sit down in a controlled way. Now, progressions. What you can do if you don't, getting up is a very big kind of task, a very big activity of daily living. Not a lot of people can do that easily. So I would suggest that you can use your armchairs to push off them for a little bit of support to help you get up. Or when you get up, you could put your hands on your lap, and as you lean forward to get up, push on your lap or towards your knees with your hands. So what I mean by this is this. Breathe out, pushing and helping me get up. That's another thing you could do to make this exercise easy. But another way you could do this as a starting progression is try and get up if you can by doing a semi get up action, if you could say, if that makes any sense. Which is like this. So breathe in and breathe out. Just you can do short raises of your bum to get off the seat. So what I mean by that is like this again, just like I showed you. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Because that way you'll know your comfort level and you'll know where to progress. Keep practicing this and I guarantee you will get better.